What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer. Doing the deck profile for ABC Cyber Dragon in Master Duel specifically because the formats are drastically different, as I'm sure you guys are fully aware. So I'm going to go through this. I'm going to go through some gameplay videos, and this is going to be like another complete guide to ABC Cyber Dragon. But this time it's just going to be different because there are different cards available. One of them being Union Carrier. The card's absolutely insane, and I don't know if you've ever heard of this card, Maxx C. It's silly. Well, let's just put it at that. It's a super dumb, silly card that should not be available to everybody, but it is in this format. And the greatest thing about this deck, and what really I think stands it apart from like any other deck in the entire game, is Maxx C means pass. This is a going second deck because you only have one ABC Dragon Buster. I actually choose to go second. And when your opponent activates Maxx C, like ha ha ha, like your turn's over, don't you think? It's like, no, you're just going to literally assemble lethal every time. And I have so many replays for that. Not saying this is meta, within the Master Duel system, but surely this deck is insane, and you'll see why in just a second. Okay, so we'll start off with 2 Cyber Dragon Hertz, the 1 Cyber Dragon Nashter, 3 Maxx C, this card, 3 Cyber Dragon Core, just a couple Ash Blossom, because I do have the 3 Maxx C, and that's fine. Although, maybe you want to drop one of the, Kaijus. The card's obviously very good. To have another Ash, to go against your opponent's Maxx C. But like I said, 90% of the time, like every single time someone's activated Maxx C against me, I've won the duel. If you can believe that, because I am going second. So that's just one of those things. This is the package that I've used forever for ABC Cyber Dragon. 1 A Assault Core, 2 B Buster Drake, and then 1 Sea Crush Wyvern. Because Union Carrier's unbanned, you get access to Galaxy Soldier whenever you want, so you gotta appreciate that. 3 Cyber Dragon. This card is just good. Going second, breaking boards. I don't run machine duplication actually in this build specifically. You could, but that doesn't feel necessary. If I was gonna go first, I probably would have machine duplication, but I don't. So this card's just good in general. This was like the first going second card, and it's still good to this day, if you can believe that. 3 Galaxy Soldier, of course. Then 1 Union Driver, a couple of the Jizukuri, the Star-Destroying Kaiju. 1 Monster Reborn, because you do only have 1 copy of ABC Dragon Buster. A ton of other applications. Normally I don't run Monster Reborn. It's not a card I ever even consider, but in this deck specifically, Monster Reborn is actually very, very good. A couple of Overload Fusions, because it's such a good extender. The 3 Cyber Emergency, of course, a card, just your play starter. Then 1 Cyber Paraplant, which is always searchable. Union Hanger, once again, is like an incredible 1-card play starter. Still pretty decent now, but you don't have access to Dragoon. You don't have access to Phoenix Enforcer right now. So, yeah. 3 Unauthorized Reactivation. This card is insanely powerful. And then the 2 Infinite Impermanence. So just like a pretty well-rounded couple, or a lot of doubles, but it really works out. The whole deck searches itself, too, so you don't really have to worry about it too much. You open up with Maxx C, you're probably going to win, right? Onto the extra deck, the 1 Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, the 1 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, ABC Dragon Buster. I do run Invoke Macabre and a couple of Novas, simply because if you're playing Dogmatica, I haven't seen a single person playing that yet. So maybe you want to have this be another Nightmare monster. I don't know. I still think that deck could be floating around, perhaps. So that's why I run an extra copy, because then you can send a copy of Nova. Once you have Nova in the graveyard, you get to summon a free copy of Macabre. Although, at the same time, you really could drop to 1 Nova, because if they Nibiru you on your 5th summon, which is always going to be Nova, or most of the time I should say, you still get the option to either bring out Nova or the Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. All depends on if you have a single piece in your graveyard. But I don't have a replay for that, but just know that interaction for sure. I went over this one. I didn't go over this one. Mega Fleet Dragon. It's just good for busting boards. Like really, really good. If they have an Appaloosa, it's like RIP. That card did nothing for you. That's why you have stuff like Cyber Dragon. The Salmon Amirage. It's a good link. Good to link off. I don't use this card as much now because of Union Carrier simply, but all right. IP Masquerena, Union Carrier. Shout out. Predaplant Verde Anaconda. Putting this at 1 is like the silliest thing ever. OCG is a funny little format. Nightmare Unicorn, Appaloosa Go, the Bow of the Goddess, and then the Access Code Talker. There's no side deck because there is no matches in this, right? We'll go ahead and go over the replays now. I got plenty to show you. I'm in gold tier. Literally, it's taken me 2 days to get into gold tier. I think I've won 90% of my duels, 95%. I lost one because of I was playing Lyreless Tri Brigade and it just opened up very well, but yeah. Okay, so I guess we'll just go into these. I have a lot of replays. I feel more comfortable. Overall, I'm getting more and more happy. Like, I thought I would have such a big problem. Like, I'd have a lot of beef with the fact that it is this OCG format, but the fact that I have access to a lot more cards, the OCG is just so much more lenient on their ban list, means I get to play some of my old decks, and I get to play them a little better. We'll see what happens here. Looks like they're going to Sky Striker. It's like, oh, dude, this is like, I can't think of a worse matchup against Sky Striker. And then even off of Area 0, he just goes ahead and gets a engage. So normally best case scenario, but as you'll see here in a second, I mean, he's going to go, I think, probably get himself a Ray, search with Shizuku. I wish in these replays for this duel, you got to see what their hand was. And the weird thing about Master Duel is you can actually see their deck. Like, it's kind of weird, right? It's like, okay, I can see every card in your deck, but, seeing what your hand is during our duel after it's done, like, that's a no-go. I can't wait till they start having events. I wonder if it's going to be, based on your tier. Oh, here we go. Here's Maxx C. And, like, I literally don't care. I don't. He's going to go ahead and hit Ash there. Not a big deal, because he only gets to activate 1 Ash per turn. And honestly, the fact that he, did it now, like, makes me feel just even better. I did have the Galaxy Soldier in my opening, but really all I needed to go was into Overload. So either way, I was fine. But I am going to go into the Infinity setup in case he has something else. Like, I guess it would be a Nibiru. But other than that, I mean, maybe an Infinite Impermanence. I haven't really seen anybody playing that. I think in like most of these duels, everybody's playing Maxx C at 3, right? It's the best card it's literally the best card in the game, like the way it's played now. Which is why I thought I'd be seeing a lot more Eldritch. I haven't seen a single person playing that, so maybe something I explore. Although the deck I'm building right now is Invoke Generators, so I think that deck could be pretty decent in this format for sure. Overload Fusion's going to get dropped, go for 2. Again, the only thing that you're really worried about is your opponent ashing the effect of Overload Fusion, but he already used it, right? So it's like, it's fine. I'm going to dump a couple pieces. I can dump Hertz to get myself a card. Doesn't matter. Going to go for game. This is, like, this board right here, this end board that you see will be pretty much the end board for all of my duels. I didn't even use Union Carrier in this duel, but you'll see it, like, plenty of times where, it's just insane. Union Carrier can also be good for IP Masquerena setups, right? Because it's a Link 2, helps you go into Appaloosa. The fact that that card can be Link Summon just can't be Link Summon the turn, it's like set. It's like, who cares, right? That's so stupid. Like, I mean, I guess it's good, like, in the context of your turn. Like, you can't go crazy with it. You can't use it as link material, but, most of the time, it's either giving your ABC pieces or anything else. All right, here we go once again. This guy's got a cool board. I think it's like all of this for like Blue Eyes or something. I don't remember. He passes turn, and I'm pretty sure he has Maxx C, what everybody's playing. So the fact that like this deck does this, I think puts it in a certain tier in Master Duel, in my opinion. Maybe not tier 1, maybe not even tier 2, but like probably tier 2 because how many decks can do this? I don't know. It's not like I'm taking on the Maxx C challenge. I could care less about the Maxx C challenge. I don't know what deck can even do that. But okay. Hopefully it doesn't draw into the interruption like during this time, but that's the cool thing about Hertz, right? That's like one of your best play starters or your combo pieces, whatever you want to call it, because you do get the chain block. Because as long as you get the second copy, you're fine. Alright, he's going to draw again. Again, he's probably in his mind thinking like, wow, what is this guy doing? Like, shouldn't he have passed turn? Nova can bring back a Cyber Dragon. He's going to go for the Infinity there. It's like, okay? Like, what? Why? Why would you do that? I'm going to go into the Infinity here. And even if he did Infinite Impermanence, the effect for it to come back, like, it doesn't matter. And I hard drew Overload Fusion too. So, yeah. I mean, there's just, what are you going to do? I'm just going to end the turn quicker, There goes the Ash. That's why you have Infinity. Pretty much that's the interaction you use every time. Everybody uses Ash Blossom because everybody wants to have that counter to Maxx C. But if you just negate it once, he already used Infinite Impermanence. He didn't draw the other one, luckily for me. And my effect goes through. I can attack a couple times. Boom, boom, boom. This is it. Like, everybody probably hates this card now. Whoever I play against are like, there's no way. Like, I had Maxx C. Especially, like, if you pass turn, you still have to feel pretty good. Because, like, who can end a duel that quickly? I mean, surely some of them can, but yeah. This deck is on that list of decks that can destroy you through Maxx C. We'll see what the next duel is here. I don't remember what I played. A lot of just people are playing the most random stuff. Honestly, I thought I would be playing only meta, like on my way up to like the gold tier and the platinum. But I've beaten plenty of Leerless Tri-Brigades, since this time. I'm going to go ahead and normal summon there. So I'm going first this time. A little awkward because of the Jizukuri. And this hand's kind of strange too, but the importance of these extenders, like, it can't be understated. Because you want to go into Union Care. You don't want to go into Almirage like you did before because you don't have a Predaplant Bird Anaconda to play as of right now. Now, if Phoenix Enforcer comes out, this deck becomes even more insane. It becomes like a 10 times more insane, but it's all good. So Union Care can equip Union Driver to itself, which can then, get yourself a B. I can go ahead and get a Galaxy Soldier to hand. I can use the effect of this, and I do have Overload Fusion in hand, which is super duper important because it is a level 5. It can help me go into Nova. I can discard that, Kaiju. You can always use the Kaiju's discard fodder. That's what makes the card so good. This can be turned into an IP Masquerena, and, obviously it's very good. And then I can use B to add another B because I'm going to use Overload Fusion to send the other 2 pieces. This is the B adding to my hand. Like, the only reason I have it is because of the, the ABC Dragon Buster. I want to have discard fodder. So a lot of creativity here, but that's what Union Carrier kind of does in this deck. You got to think because you have access to everything, right? You have access to all your engines at all times now. So you just got to think that through just a little bit. Nova can be turned into an Infinity. I have all the pieces are in the graveyard now. You can banish all of those 3. And then with the IP Masquerena, this is about as good as it gets, right? Now, if that was a Predaplant Bird Anaconda, a little different, right? Because then you'd have Phoenix Enforcer too, which is also, very, very good. But, all right. He's going to try to activate Raigeki. Pretty wild. You can get it in the solo challenge. I was using it for a while too, which is kind of nice. But, yeah, I'm going to negate that, of course. Then he's going to activate Foolish Burial. I'm thinking he's playing Shaddoll, so I'm going to go ahead and chain IP Masquerena, turn it and the Union Carrier into an Appaloosa, so I can negate the effects of whatever Shaddoll monster goes to the graveyard. I think he ends up playing, I think he's playing, a Synchro deck, so I don't know. It's just fun, man. It's just more fun to duel now, I think. It's not that it was ever tedious, but yeah. I'll go ahead and negate there. The only thing I have to do is stop from going into Junk Speeder. Maybe I should have held it for Junk Speeder, I'm not sure, but yeah, I know this deck is playing Crossout Designator, I'm sure. Maybe that was the last card in hand. I don't know because I can't see it, but okay. There we go. I just negate the effect of that so that nothing comes back out. And I think he tries to use the effect of the graveyard of this Hedgehog. But yeah, it's just going to... He has to control a tuner to activate that effect, so I'm just going to go ahead and banish this. So then that effect just falls flat on its face. Timing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is something else. And maybe some people are learning that. That's pretty much what it comes down to. I think that this app, makes the game accessible to just so many more people. But they're going to learn, the complexities of this game because it is bananas. And this guy surrenders. Again, I talked about this in the first ever video, or the second video I did in Master Duel. But, do not surrender because it's going to kill you. Get the points. Otherwise, you're just doing nothing. If you surrender, you get nothing out of it. And, you don't get that many points. When you first start the game, the whole game is designed to make you want to, have a bunch of, points to keep going, to keep playing. But once you get into, the higher tiers and all that kind of stuff, you really don't get much. You're going to have to play, 10, 12 duels just to open up, a 10-pack of cards. Now, you could also, obviously, buy. But I'm trying to avoid that. I don't think I really need to buy anything else unless I'm desperate and I really want to build a deck and I'm really in the mood for that. Otherwise I'm pretty good. I think he's going to try to activate maybe Maxx C. We'll see here. I guess he would have at that point. So if this is it, then the duel is simply over, right? IP Masquerena. That's always just a great play starter because I did open up Galaxy Soldier to my hand. This could have been Phoenix Enforcer, but it's not. I think Dawn of Majesty was when that card came out. I'm pretty sure Phoenix Enforcer is banned and Fusion Destiny is banned, so I have no idea how they're going to play this. Are we gonna have a third alternate Master Duel format? Because this is an old OCG one, so we'll see. I'm excited to see what updates they do, but I think I talked about this in the beginning, but I just hope they keep all the formats. I would love to just play the Cyber Dragons as it is now in the TCG, but this is just fun having access to Union Carrier because it feels like that card shouldn't be banned to be honest with you. I know it limits card design, but ugh, whatever. So this is a bit of an alternate route because I didn't have any access to any Cyber Dragon stuff, so I'm not going to be able to go for game like I normally do. But I am going to be able to set myself up really well. I have an Ash, I have an Imperm, I have an IP Masquerade, an ABC Dragon Buster, and an Infinity. If that's not enough, I don't know what is. All he has is 5 cards, and I pretty much have an interaction for every single one of those. He's going to go ahead and special summon there. He's going to dump the Chamber Dragon Maid. That's fine. Or not, what's that card called? Dragon Maid Tidings, excuse me. He's going to banish to bring something back, but it doesn't do anything. So it's like, alright, cool. Do what you got to do, I suppose. I'm just going to go ahead and negate the effects of this so it doesn't bounce, so he doesn't get a bunch of effects off. And then he just surrenders. But I just had so much interaction. Like, it was just really nice. Okay, so there we go. And yeah, I have like 4 more duels here. We'll see what I'm playing next. I know there's like, I think most of them, the rest of them have Maxx C. Somehow everyone opens it too, which is kind of funny, but we'll see what ends up happening here. And one of them, I think I saved where I had a really bad opening, but I had Maxx C, and it like literally, it also won me the duel. Alright, so I'm going first once again. I can go ahead and use core. There was no interaction there. So that's part of the playing online is just so drastically different because it's like, obviously your opponent, you'll know if they have a chance to even respond to something, which kind of is weird, but yeah, that's just part of playing online. I can go ahead and normal summon there, turn those into probably a Union Carrier, because now that means I have access to Photon Orbital or access to one of the pieces that I don't have. You know, B Buster is going to go ahead and add to my hand. I can activate the Cyber Repair Plant to add the other one that I don't have, use the effect of Union Carrier to equip a Photon Orbital. You gotta appreciate this. Can't do this anymore, you know, it's just so different now. A Soul Core can be, you know, dumped from the hand, so now I have all the pieces in the graveyard. And besides, like, maybe not being the greatest end board ever, right, 3 interactions, ABC Dragon Buster, Infinity, and Ash, but the follow-up is what the great, like, is literally what this is all about. Like, that's the best part of it. There goes the Infinity. Been banished to 3 pieces. It's like when the monsters on the board, they just, like, slam, right? And then there's also the card art. Very, very neat. I thought about maybe adding Destruction Sword. I used to be able to equip it to like just one of my dark monsters, but it's not so good. He's going to try to activate this like noble card to like equip to this, but he's just going to miss timing once again because it's going to get banished. So he's going to go -2 in card advantage, and then I'm going to get 3 cards back. And I still have a lot of interaction, and I'm pretty sure he just scoops after this. See you later. Yeah, so that's tough, man. I just wanted to show that for Union Carrier more than anything. Not that I thought that was like the greatest thing ever. It's funny when you look at the little stats on the side. It's like, how many turns were there? It's like, it's almost always 2. It's just 2 turns. You literally just always end the duel. I have not had a match go on long, like maybe once or twice. And there's Maxx C. For you, it's insane. Like your opponent can't set up, and they're like, all right, well, hopefully, you know, we'll see what he ends up putting up. It's like, no, like, you're gonna lose. Like, you're done. So he's gonna special him from the deck. So I'm like, all right, Maxx C here. So at least I get to draw 1 in case he passes his turn. And I think he ends up trying to like go for it, but I have a lot of hand traps in my deck, as you saw in the deck profile. That means I have an Ash. It means I have an Imperm. So I'm gonna draw into one of those eventually. I don't know what he's gonna be going for. That's so good, but okay. He's going to try to, I think he's going to try to set up the infinite loop. So because of Union Carrier being unbanned means that you can go into like a Simorgh and the other like Bird of Sovereignty that like, you know, I think it bounces itself to the hand and then freely special summons again. So you have like infinite negates, but this deck is like the ultimate breaking board deck. So again, he's going to keep going here. Eventually I'm going to get hit. I'm going to find an Imperm. So, all right, good for you. He's going to go into the Y-Strix. Y-Strix is going to special summon from the deck, which is going to help me draw another card, which is another emergency. I mean, I do have the Juzukuri in my hand, so whatever he's going for ain't going to be too good. Cyber Dragon's going to help me bust the board a little bit too. It's actually probably going to be my primary board busting card. That's going to go ahead and get me the Imperm. He's going to try to use, or he's going to use the effect of the Force Strix, and then he's going to try to use Y Strix to get the rank up magic spell. My Q to negate. Like, I probably, even if I had had this in my opening, it's probably where I would have waited. Or, you know, I probably would have used the first effect of Y Strix and done the infinite impermanence there, but can't be too mad. Can't be too mad at all. He's going to, you know, special summon back. Tiger is not banned in the OCG, which is kind of funny. I think that card probably could come back now off the top of my head, but we'll see. All right, so these are going to get turned into the Union Carrier. The Union Carrier is going to equip, you know, to this. Very nice. I mean, I could technically make a Raid Raptor deck originally, although I think Zexwell's banned, so it probably wouldn't be worth it. The Infinite Negate is decent enough, but there's too many cards that are, like, too good now. And I kind of get the idea of him doing this. And look at my hand. Like, I literally can't see all the cards in my hand, which is kind of funny. I hope they fix that. But we'll see. So, yep, his Infinite Negate loop is, it's already gone. And then the Kaiju comes down. Cyber Emergency. Any card in existence that I want, I'm having. You know. I didn't have anything else really to search. So I searched an extra copy of Cyber Emergency. I can get the Kaiju off the board. Go into, you know, the Galaxy Soldier. Galaxy Soldier can pitch another one of the ABC pieces to the graveyard. I think I've had 2, so now I just need to search out the other one. I have Cyber Repair Plant to do that, and then the Nasher to dump the last piece. I don't need to bring anything back. It's just I don't have the board space, really, at the end of the day. Still have infinity, like a billion cards in my hand, right? And there goes the Cyber Repair Plant. Nasher can dump it. I can turn the other, like, 2 of my monsters now into Predaplant Verde and Anaconda. Special summon out the ABC Dragon Buster. I don't have the... I mean, I don't have Lethal just quite yet, so, like, this is... I'm not being too overly dramatic, I don't think. This probably is... it is, but, you know, why not? Why not flex, right? Just to say, like, I got you. I really got you there, buddy. I'm not going to, you know, pop any of these. There's really no point. No need to, like, try to trigger any effects that he may possibly have. I don't know what that is. I dumped some, like, Union Driver in the Photon Orbital, too, which is kind of nasty. Like, the 2 bricks in my deck, I don't have anymore. I think I attack with the Predaplant and a Condom, even though I get a con per game, but sometimes, you know, there's going to be a lot of salt in this game. There's going to be a lot of sweaty plays, people slow playing because you have so much time, and if you surrender, like I said, you don't get any points, so some people, I guess, just have to take it. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So, kind of nice. It's funny what people take in ranked, man. I mean, they just do not care. They're just really going for it. Although, I guess it doesn't really matter, because it doesn't seem like you can go down. Like, you can only go up in the ranking. I hope they kind of change that, too. Maybe, like, it'll be public, your win-loss ratio. But otherwise, it's like, you could be playing someone who's just, like, played long enough to get into the higher ones. Yeah, this guy's playing Blue Eyes, so... Oh, man. Blue Eyes. It's like, I think it's alternative and, you know, set 2 pass. I think I end up going into Union Carrier here, though. I don't even need to use the Kaiju because alternative isn't doing anything. So it's kind of a waste of a card, honestly. There we go. The Cyber Repair Plan. I can use Unauthorized Reactivation. And this was another duel where playing online is kind of funky, to be honest with you, because, like, I knew, like, he couldn't respond. Like, there was no chance of response when I was playing this. So it's just a different way to play the game on at the end of the day. I don't even know if I needed to go into Union Carrier necessarily, but we'll see what I end up doing. Maybe I just equip the last piece to my hand. That's probably how I end up doing it, actually. Or maybe not. We'll see. I can just go ahead and, you know, dump the other pieces in there, grab another Galaxy Soldier, get rid of the Sea Crush Wyvern, special summon, go into a Nova. Although I think that something I maybe could have done was, like, gone into, like, Rampage Dragon, equip something with Union Carrier. Like, maybe I could have done that, because then it would have, like, 3,000 attack, which is kind of neat and may come up every once in a while. Who knows? If they have a 3,000 defense body. But I did have ABC Dragon Buster, so I guess, I don't know. Who cares? Photon Orbital. I mean, this is kind of neat, I guess. I can grab the other Galaxy Soldier there. That way I can go into an IP Masquerena. I think that's kind of neat. Certainly not a bad, certainly not a bad thing at all. Not that it's going to matter. Or I guess this goes into Predaplant Verde and Anaconda, so it worked out, all in all. Can't be too mad. I'm not going to banish one of these because I am just going to go into Overload Fusion and just pop those 2 back row. And I have the negate if it's like Waking the Dragon's worst case scenario, right? And there goes Rampage Dragon. And I can go ahead and pop his 2 back row. It's like literally nothing. And he can't even use the Cry. What's it called? Silver's Cry? Yeah, Silver's Cry. Because there is no, alternative in the graveyard. And that's a full board setup if I've ever seen one. This guy surrendered after before my last attack. What are you doing? Don't do that. I feel bad almost. Just a couple more duels. This is like a really extended, but it's good for you to see it because the deck it plays fundamentally so differently from the way that I actually do. And here we go. We'll see what happens here. Looks like I'm going second. I have Maxx C in my hand, so GG's, right? And there goes Fluffles. I may end up activating Maxx C at the wrong time, but he goes for Toy Vendor, and then he goes for the discard effect. And if he drew basically a Fluffle monster, it's a free special summon. So I thought this would be the best time to do it. Maybe it's not, but it does force him to pass his turn because he ends up just going into a Toy Vendor, which is kind of sucky because Toy Vendor is going to give him a little bit of advantage. But I think he's good, right? All right, so I only know 1 card in hand. He's got 3 mystery. We'll see what it ends up being. I'm pretty good. I have Galaxy Soldier and Hertz in my hand, so that's like full combo pretty much. He activates Maxx C of his own. Oh no, Maxx C. What am I gonna do? Probably be fine. I'll probably be a-okay. And this is the best thing about going second too, is like everybody plays Imperm, right? But if he didn't set it, for whatever reason, because I thought they had Maxx C in their hand, then it's offline and they won't be able to use it, right? You're just gonna be able to attack during that. So I find solace in that a little bit. Or if they probably would have said if they had it on their opening right, but I'm saying if they draw it during the Maxx C turn, then it's a little different. He fusion summons during my turn, but really all he does is just show me that he has less cards in his hand. That's kind of all that does. I'm just going to bring back a Cyber Dragon monster. I do have Nashor in my hand also for the extender. That can go into an infinity. I'm going to wait, probably to use the effect because this card doesn't do anything. Although I'm fine because he can't activate Imperm, right? He still has this card on the board. He has to control no cards. I'm going to dump a Cyber Dragon. Go ahead and go into the Predaplant Verde Anaconda. Verde Anaconda is going to dump Overload Fusion. This card's really cool. The card art for this is amazing. And you get to really see that when you summon it, right? There we go. Here comes Rampage Dragon. He's going to draw one more time. I think the last card he draws actually is Ash, which is kind of funny, but I guess I don't know. I'm going to dump a couple pieces. Oh no, Ash Blossom. What am I going to do? I have an Omni Negate. That's what I'm going to do. It's not like you can chain anything else. It would have to be Nibiru. It literally has to be. Or Effect Veiler. That would be good too. But considering Maxx C's in the format, I don't think a single human soul is playing Effect Veiler, which is just good for you, right? And here's the battle phase. Have you seen this end board before? Have you seen it? That's pretty nice. And then you get to attack directly there with the Infinity. And that's just straight up the end of the duel. I have Sangan as my little thing now. I just have no interest in paying for other stuff, right? I'm not going to use my gems on getting a different pet or a different arena. I just don't see the point. I've never really been big on aesthetics in video games anyways. Alright, I'm going to draw some cards here. We'll see what he ends up having. This is a little bit of a weird hand for sure. But I think he's going first. So here comes Bird Call. And I think he bricks really hard. So I kind of got lucky, right? But the reason I show this duel, as you'll see here in a second, is a card called Maxx C. And he probably thought he was good to go. So I'm going to normal summon Core. He's going to activate Maxx C. Good for you. I don't care personally. It doesn't do anything. And I do have the Jizukuri. I think I do end up using it. I guess you never really know. I probably would have been fine without it. But I didn't want to have anything awkward when it came to life points. So those can immediately get turned into Predaplant Verde Anaconda. I can, add a Light Machine to my hand. I can dump probably the Hertz. So I can chain block here if he has Ash Blossom, which would be really nice. Can't use Imperm, right? Can't use it at all. He used DD Crow on the Hertz. Kind of get it. kind of, but not. I mean, it just really doesn't do anything at all. Because it doesn't negate its effects. I'm gonna add another Cyber Dragon. I'm gonna add another Galaxy Soldier. Dump the last Cyber Dragon. Probably go into a Nova. And I don't have to bring anything back because like this is just the end board, the same end board as usual, which is kind of neat. So that can get turned into an Infinity. So he has like one less chance, I guess, to draw into Nibiru if he's playing it. I don't know if he is. He's going to draw one card there. And then there we go. I'm going to use the Kaiju. Still playing around Imperm because I'm going to use Predaplant Vernian Anaconda now. He's going to dump some Tri-Brigade stuff, but it's like, I don't know. Good for you, I guess. There we go. So I can send Overload Fusion and then, banish both of my Cyber Dragons. Go into Chimera Tech Rampage. Yeah. Like this obviously this deck is quite consistent. He's going to try to activate Ash Blossom once again, right? Everybody plays that. And that's why you have the answer to it. Like it's very not a surefire thing, but pretty good. And then I can go ahead and dump those two pieces, and then I can add, use the effect of Infinity to grab this monster, go into the battle phase. Doesn't matter if he has Imperm because Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon can still attack multiple times. It's like an inherent effect, I guess. I don't really know what it's called. So that's pretty cool. And I just went for game. Peace. See you later. Yeah, that's a really long look, obviously, and also the videos are just longer because of the dual animations, but that was a lot of replays, right, of ABC Cyber Dragon plus the deck profile. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I will see you guys next time.